Hello and welcome to Chuck's Diecast Car and Model Reviews. Today we're taking a look at a model of the Maserati Tipo 61, also known as the Maserati Birdcage. This particular model is made by Minichamps. It's actually a fairly old model, and the quality of this model is excellent. I'd put it up there with CMC models nowadays, really. I wish Minichamps made them this nice now, but this is definitely a fantastic model. So for those of you who don't know about the Maserati Birdcage, well, first of all, why is it called that? It's because if you look, well, under the windscreen here, for example, you'll see all these tubes here. And what that is that's part of the frame. The chassis was made out of something like 200 pieces of small diameter steel tubing in like a cage-like structure. So it was a easy to nickname it the Birdcage. So that name stuck. It did make the car very light. I believe this car weighed a little over 1,300 pounds, and being that it had a 2.9 liter four-cylinder motor with about 250 horsepower, that gave it quite a good power to weight ratio. It did win a few races, and this particular model represents a model of the Tipo 61 that won the 1,000 kilometers of the Nürburgring, and it was raced by Sterling Moss and Dan Gurney, which is a pretty impressive pairing of drivers. They were able to attract some really good drivers driving this car. And if you're wondering what Camerati is, you see, when I've actually seen this particular car. I've seen it race at Laguna Seca. So I see it race around there, and I see that name Camerati on the side. I'm like, oh, it must be some Italian racing team. No, it's not. Camerati is actually an acronym. It stands for Kasner Motor Racing Division. And it was an American team owned by a guy named Kasner. And I guess I should have known it was American because American racing colors back in the day were white with a blue stripe, just like, Ferrari had their red and Britain has their green. But we had white with a blue stripe. And I guess the words USA across the nose probably should include me in as well, but hey, I guess I'm not that smart. Let's go ahead and take a look at this model, because as I said, this is really a fantastic model. I mean, you take a look here, first of all, at the wheels. They are wire rims, and they're really, really well done. You can see the brake drum behind, and so that looks really good. I guess I should say brake disc, because there is a caliper there, and this is of the era where cars were starting to go over to disc brakes from drum brakes, thank goodness. And you can see here, of course, the graphics for the Camerati and the number look excellent. And take a look at the windshield and the side window. Again, very well done, pretty much to scale there too. The front here does have the Maserati logo on there, as you can see. The USA badging, of course, and the details on the headlights look very nice as well. Now, one of the, of course, best things about this is underneath the front clamshell here. There's this 2.9 liter four-cylinder engine. I believe it has 2 dual Weber carburetors on there. It is tilted at 45 degrees to lower the center of gravity, like Mercedes did with their gull wings. And the detail on here is fantastic. First of all, you can see here the inside of the clamshell is painted in aluminum color, as it would have been. Aluminum. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this motor here. You can see the great detail here. There's I believe that's like an oil sump. Here's part of the suspension. Detail on the radiator is very nice. The plug wires and distributor look really good. I mean, I like the carbs there. The valve covers look fantastic. You can see there the brake fluid reservoirs. And here you can see on this side, again, there's the rest of the valve covers and the plug wires that you can see there. And you can also see the plumbing there from the radiator to the engine. All that sort of stuff. So again, it looks really fantastic. Okay, and then you look at the back here. And again, this looks really good. You can see, the filler cap there. And then the trunk does not hinge. It's actually just one solid piece that comes out. Again, it's painted on the inside with details in there, so that looks really good. You can see the fuel tank there and the spare tire, which was required by racing regulations. There's a close-up of the spare there too. And you can see parts of the rear suspension and also part of the chassis tubing in there as well. So again, really, really nicely detailed. And as I said, I'm really happy with this model here. So let's go ahead and put this back on, and we'll take a look at the driver's compartment here. Now, again, you can see the doors are painted in that aluminum color. Detail on the steering wheel is just wonderful. Let me zoom in here for you. You can see more of the chassis tubing on the floor. The dash looks fantastic. They of course drilled out the sills here to save weight. Everything in there looks really, really good. And you can see the shifter on the right-hand side, even though it's a right-hand drive car. And then the seats are flocked. They have flocking texture on them to be more in line there with the original. And also, I guess, to be original, it doesn't have seat belts, because back in the day, for some reason, they just didn't like seat belts. So, so there you go. I mean, again, I am so happy with this model. It just looks wonderful, and I couldn't really ask for a better model. I certainly highly recommend this. And, well, of course, if you like this review, please go ahead and like and subscribe. You have yourself a great day, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.